Hi everybody, are we ready to take on a perilous solo quest for fortune and glory? And that's exactly what we're going to do today in Iron Helm. This game comes from Gamescrafter as the publisher, designed by Jason Glover, illustrated by Jason Glover and Daniel Walthall. So we're going to take a quick look at this pilgrimage into a quest dungeon, and this is Gamecrafter, and it came recommended to me, so I thought I'm going to try, because the guy said, you should try this is so good. And he says, because you never look at these Gamecrafter games. And I thought, okay, let's take a look at Iron Helm. So let's go down to the table and start looking at it. So here it is, down on my table with a bunch of different expansions, which are all turned over the wrong way. With a bunch of different expansions, which obviously makes this game way more playable. And I am not sure how Iron Helm plays, because I have never played it. But let's get it open if we can. Oh my gosh. Yeah! Yeah! Hulk smash! Oh, that's a little bit like Tom Vassal now, throwing all my components all over there. There. Oh, wrapped in paper. Well, that's a Gamecrafter thing for you. Okay, so we have really nice dividers, but that's what it looks like. And we've got a whack of tokens. And I'm assuming the rules. Look at that, a player's handbook and a appendix. Okay, well, this is laser components, they're telling me, and that's fine, absolutely not a problem. We're going to just put these back for a moment and take a look at the game itself. But that's what's in the box. We have a bunch of tokens. We have an appendix, which obviously, explains different terms. We have all the different decks. So we have a wilderness deck. Aha! This is nice. More should come with components or dividers, just like that. That's really cool. And oh my God, look at the little tiny font. But looks like discard area, limited loots. What's the? So I don't know exactly how it plays. I'm going to pick my hero. I'm going to do an exploration. I guess what we're going to just have to do is open it up and play the damn thing, aren't we, folks? Well, then give me a minute and we're going to do that. Oh, look at this with adventure packs, only $5.99. I think they were a little more than that. But we have loot and lore, the fanny pack, the adventure pack. We have another adventure pack. This is number 5. And this is number 6. And this is 4, 2, and 1. So we might have all of them. I'm not sure if we do or not, because they were going out of these, I think. So I don't know if they'll be publishing this again. I could be right. I could be wrong. I could be right. I could be wrong. But we're going to have to put this together and put sleeves on them because I'm a compulsive sleever. Anyway, with that being said, what's in the box? And all the dice and some pawns and some bags. Oh, okay. We got looks like a 12-sided dice and some 6-sided dice and a couple of pawns and some bags. Okay, well that's cool. I'll use. I got containers around for the tokens. Lots and lots of containers. Though the bags might be better in this case, I am not sure. So we're going to come back to this. We're going to arrange it all in the box, show you how it all arranges. Then we're going to set it up, and then we're going to play with it. So that's it for this segment. See you in a moment. So here we are. We have organized Iron Helm, and I'm just going to pull this apart for you very, very quickly. The rules are on top. The cards are in their dividers. There are some extra dividers for these packs that are off to the side that are not opened yet, and I will open them up because this will be our first playthrough. We might have multiple playthroughs. In here we have our health and mana tokens, or energy tokens. We have our dice and little pegs to mark where we are in the dungeon. We have our rations. We have our bonuses. And of course we have poison. So we could even get poisoned in this game. So that's what's in the box currently. We will have more eventually as we build this game out. So I may have to figure that out, because obviously this box is a bigger game than the box that they have given me. But that is the organization for that game. So let's take a minute. We're going to set this up and get it going on the table. And we're going to do a playthrough. So the beginnings of the game setup, because there's some decisions to be made at this point. Basically, this is our dungeon here. There are 5 levels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to go up the level every time we go through the deck. Here is our morality markers. We're going to go up or we're going to go down depending on what we do. Here are our plot cards. Here are our loot cards. Here are our potion cards. And here are our enemy cards. Over to the side here we have our trappings. These are things that we take into the dungeon with us, and our skills. And we have to decide on what character. So we have a sword tab, who's a wooden staff, a door witch, and he's good at alchemy, and he has mind. Fagon, buckler, robes, and he has an ability to dodge. We have Moleclan. I don't know if I get that right, but he has an axe, a torch, and he can parry. And Zola, who brings a short bow, leather armor, and she can conceal. Now, every playthrough I have seen on the internet. Now, I have to preface this by saying I have dogs, and you just heard them go crazy. So it happens. And so here, lastly, we have Zola, who has a short bow, leather armor, and conceal. And I've already said that every one of the playthroughs use Zola. So I think, let us go with Moleclan. So he's got 16 life. He has 10 energy. He can carry 11. He has 3 gold to start, which is a pretty good amount of gold, and 1 ration to start. Now, what we'll do is we'll put the rest of these back in a moment. Then we'll look for our trappings, which is an axe and a torch. We can take 1 ration. Okay, we need an axe and a torch. Okay, there's our axe. There's our torch. Now he will be able to spend 3 in a moment, but let's get his skill, which is a parry. And we can buy more skills, and that is basically on the number of enemies we kill. So we kill an enemy, if we have 3 enemies, and I want to use my brawn skill, I can pick up a skill. And there's 4 skills for each of the players in the skill deck over here. If I want to get something that's not in his skill set, I have to pay 5 enemies. So let us go and take a look at what he has. Oh, wait, we're going to get a parry. But he could dual wield. There's Brawn. He parries. Fail your primary weapon. Big success. You avoid damage. So that is his. So if I was to say we were going to get a trapping for him, we can't dual wield. Now this carries 1, 3, and 0. So we have 3 out of our 11. So if I was to take a trapping, we might want to consider taking a secondary weapon. So like a mace, but that costs 3. A dagger would take us 2, and we could then buy an extra. I don't know. Can we get an extra ration in here? So there it is, the one ration. I did find it. It looks like I could spend one of my coins, which I just put into here, and I'm going to take an extra ration, which I'm going to send back to the trappings to take an extra ration. And I think I would like to buy a dagger to have that secondary. Now I'm going to play this the way I saw it on the show. So I'm going to bring. Who wouldn't bring a dagger? He can't use it as a dual wielding person because he doesn't have that skill, but he's going to carry a dagger, so he's going to carry a torch. He's got his skill, and we'll just put them over here, just like that. So we have our parry right here. There's parry. I'm going to try to maybe get it out of the light a little bit here. Just move it over, everything. And we'll lose those last 2 coins for buying that. Okay, just give me a second. Sorry about that. So there's our parry, our dagger. We are equipped with an axe and a torch. And we are ready to go into the dungeon. That's as easy as the setup is. So it is a 5-minute setup. Really very, very quick. At this point, we are going to shuffle our deck. So this is our dungeon deck, and we are going to pass through this dungeon deck at least 5 times. Hopefully we'll get to the boss when we expose the plot cards and have 10 plot cards, the eyes, and I'll show you that when we get a plot card, we are going to fight a boss. So when we go into the dungeon, we're going to pull 2 cards. Now, the trick is that we can turn one over, and we can either do it, or we can put it in the discard and have to do the second card. So I don't know, these are shuffled, so I will take this one up. And so this is an ambush. Now the advantage of an ambush is you catch your foe by surprise and gain the upper hand. Draw an enemy card and ignore their initial damage. Add the dungeon level to their health. We're only on dungeon level 1. Now the beauty of this, getting it first, is A, I'm full health, and B, that I get the advantage and they don't do the damage first. Normally they would do their damage first, and if this was the second card, they would be much harder to kill. Not only do they get more damage, they get more health points. So this is the one that we are going to do. So we're going to put that off to the side just to pull it off up to the top, and we are going to pull the first enemy. So the wolf card that we just pulled, we'll just explain that card here. The first is his damage, or his life, which is 3. His damage is 2, and the 2 gets added to a pair of dice. So when we roll the dice, what's going to happen is we're going to roll a pair of dice, and we're going to go 6 minus 3 is 3, and then we're going to add 2 is 5. So he would do 5 damage to me. He is a loot. So I can pull 1 loot. If it was a 2, I would pull a loot and a potion. And if it was a 0, I get nothing. He has no gold, because the gold would be down here, so he's not going to drop any gold. After all, what does a wolf have to do with gold? The beauty is that at this point, I get to go first. Now, to hit, I'm going to have to spend energy. I can always hit for 1, but he is going to be 3. So I'm going to probably spend an energy for 1 dice. So I am going to roll 1 dice, because I'm going to spend 1 energy, and we're going to roll 1 dice. And I rolled a 2, of course. So we're going to put a 1 on our wolf. It's a pity we couldn't have killed him. Wow, that really sucks. Wolf's turn. Basically what he's going to do is he's going to pull his pair of dice. Now I can roll up to 3 dice. 3 and a 1 is 2, plus 2 is 4. So I'm going to take 4 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right off the bat. It comes back to me and I go, well, that's fine. I'm just going to ping him for 1. He dies a death. So that's my first wolf. I can take a single loot. Ooh, a Warhammer. Plus 3 to the sum of your attack roll versus undead enemies. I can always sell it later. It's 2-handed right now. What does the torch allow me to do? You may discard this card to reveal both dungeon cards and then choose to resolve one. And then that's our dagger. So we can carry this because we have 11. So we have 3, 5, 6, 7 so far. We don't have to drop it. If we find the merchant, we can sell it for 1 gold, I believe. Because we can always sell something for 1 gold. So we'll just carry that here in our backpack. It doesn't add any value to us. We can discard this card. If we get a really big monster, I don't have to expend any energy to roll 3 dice. That's what that allows us to do. We will then now pick up the next 2 cards. We can only have 1. We'll turn this one over. Uh-oh, we have an arrow trap. Do I want to take... Poison doesn't hurt us right away. But it does come into effect at the end of the turn. Because it makes things a little harder. But do I want to be poisoned this early? But we've gone through. We've got plenty of life left. So let's push our luck. Oh, here we go. This is a skirmish. Draw an enemy card. Add the dungeon level +4 to their health. So this is going to be a really suck for us. Hopefully it's something. Oh, it's only a skelly. He's 4, 5, 9. And he does 2 damage, and he is weak to undead, but he has 9 life. Ooh, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, you know what? I'm going to take my axe, and I'm going to discard it, unfortunately. And we are going to roll 3 dice with no cost to energy at this point. Fortunately, we have other weapons, so we can quickly pull a dagger out. But right now, we've thrown our axe. It is lost forever. But if we can roll a 9, we can get him. There we are. We have 9, 10, 11. We get him right off the bat. Our second monster. Whew, we got lucky this time. Same thing. He actually drops a single gold. And we can take a single loot. Chainmail. Oh, that's nice. Subtract 2 from the initial damage and counter strikes. Cannot use conceal or shadow skill. Subtract 2 from initial damage and counter strikes. Oh, that's nice. And we can wear this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're still in our area. So we can wear our chainmail. We have our chainmail and dagger right now. And we will move on to our next set of dungeons. What are we going to do here? Here we are. Oh, another skirmish. Treasure. Oh, you find an open chest that has been looted. A single coin remains. You know what? That's fine. We're good. I'll take that, and off we go. So we're going to take another set of 2 cards. We are going to pick one of them, and there we are. It's an ambush. Well, you know what? I'm going for the ambush card because I'm not going to get smacked. Let the enemy come at me, and we have another wolf for 3. Okay, he doesn't get initial damage because I have the surprise on him. I'm going to spend a single energy with the hopes that I get a 3 or more. So I got a 50-50 chance of actually defeating the wolf. 4. So I have killed the wolf. He doesn't drop gold. Our ambush card goes up here. Our wolf goes over here. Now, we could now look at upgrading our skills at some point. Let's see. 3. Let's take a look at our bronze skills. We have a shield block, but we don't have a shield. We have brawn. You can equip a dagger in your offhand, gaining +2 to the sum of your attack rolls. Now, I really like that because I have a dagger and I have a warhammer. So I think that now I got to read up where the skills come in. I have to read up where I can take the skills because I'm not totally sure whether I can do it in the dungeon or do I have to get to mid past the finish of the first level. According to the rules, I can spend my 3 monsters, my 3 enemies, and I can take a new skill. which is dual wield. Now, I should have used parry in my first one, but I can do a dual wield now, so I now have my Warhammer. I have my Warhammer in my right hand, my dagger in my right hand. Now I can have +2 to my rolls, and I have my scale mail, which will subtract 2, which puts me in a really good position. And of course, I have my torch to reveal both rooms. So everything is good right now. So let's moving on. What should we take? Let's take the bottom card. Oh, another skirmish. Well, you know what? We're in a good shape for a skirmish. So let's take a skirmish. Oh, and we have an orc warrior who is a 5 +1 to his level, +2 to their health. So he has an 8 health. 6, 7, 8. I'm going to have to spend 2 energy to roll 2 dice. Oh, does he get... It's not just a skirmish. So he's going to go first. So thank God for my armor, because I'm going to subtract 2 from his damage. He has 2, +2 is 4, so he's going to do 2 damage to me. It's my turn. I am going to spend my 2 energy, which I already did, and I'm going to roll 2 dice, and hopefully I'll get a 5, but I can add 2 to this roll because of my dagger, because it's in my offhand. Oh, I can do a parry. So before I actually use 2 damage, I can do my parry. 2. I just failed, so I'm still losing my 2 damage. Okay, now it's my turn. I get 2 dice. I get +2. So I'm hoping that I need a 6 or more. I have 8. We have taken care of the orc warrior. Into the pile he goes. We have defeated that skirmish. We did take 2 hits, though. And that is that game. We didn't break anything. Thank goodness. We are down, ready to go into the next. So we are getting deeper into the dungeon. 1, 2. I don't know which one's here. Which one should we take, folks? We'll take this one. Oh, it is a clearing. We will draw a plot card. Plot cards usually have a decision that you have to make. You notice a strange rock protruding from the wall. You run your hand across it, and suddenly the ground begins to shake. You stumble to the ground as dust fills the air. When you arise, you notice a secret passageway. Draw another plot card. Now, there's the little eye. We need 10 of them to get to the boss. So that is our first one. Unfortunately, we have to draw another plot card. Here we go. This is the shrine. So, in a clearing, you find a towering shrine covered in vegetation. You are overwhelmed by a sense of power that just as a gentle breeze rushes past you. Gain blessing tokens equal to your position on the morality track. Well, that didn't really help, but at least I have now 4 of the eyes that we need. We don't want to be too early with it or too late with it. Okay, whew. We are going now down to the final couple of rooms here, and we're going to just give them a shake, and we have another ambush. Well, with all ambushes, you know what I like to do. Let's just go for it. We have a goblin, so he is 2. He doesn't get his initial damage. And it says you may avoid this conflict by spending 1 gold. Well, I'm not going to avoid the conflict. I kind of want him. So he's 2, he's 4. If I spend the dice, I can get 1. Okay. I am getting a little low on energy. I could ping him, but it doesn't really help. So I'm going to spend 1 and hope I get a 4, 5, or 6. And he has a 4 for life here. Basically a 3 dungeon level. So he has a 2 for life. So I'm going to roll 1 dice. 6, he's dead. I do get a loot. I do get a gold. Okay, I get a gold. I get another loot. And I get a short bow. Deal 2 damage to your foe before taking initial damage. Yeah, I think that's something we could sell, and we can still carry it because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 9. So we still have lots of room in our package, and we've got 3 done. Okay, we are down to our last room on this level. We haven't had any real big issues, so let's hope we get something kind of really cool here. Oh, we have another skirmish. Whew. I haven't seen one of the 2 camping cards, so you know what? I'm going to set this aside in hopes that we see the camping card, and we do. Oh, okay. We don't have any panicking, or we can take a blessing. So we hit the altar, we can take a blessing. The blessings we keep upside down. So we'll just take a blessing from somewhere, and there we go. That is it. We have moved through the first level of the dungeon. Now, I'm just going to pull the book out because I'm not totally, super familiar with what's going on. And it's easier not to make a mistake that way. So, ending the game, no. Plots immorality, no. Finishing the level. So, when we finish the level, 1, shuffle the dungeon deck and place it face up down to the next level dungeon. So, here we go. We're going to go up to level 2. Makes the monsters just that much stronger. We'll give these a good shuffle. And then we are going to feed your character. If you don't have the right, so we're going to feed our character. Okay. If we don't feed our character, we would lose 3 health points. We are going to... We aren't going to gain a poison token. We advanced our pawn. We're going to take the top plot level. Dun, 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 dun. And it is the hidden. You smell roasting meat and hear the sounds of laughter and clanking dishes. You enter the small door and you are met with friendly gaze. Well, I think that we will eat and rest. Pay 1 gold for a meal and gain 2 health and 1 energy. So that is what we're going to do for our plot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We will lose a coin, but gain a 2 and an energy. And we are ready to start round 2. We haven't seen any of the bigger monsters, which isn't a terrible thing. We have 2 monsters to go in this level. 1 more level and we could get another skill, whatever that skill might be. Let's just see here. We can have a shield block. What's the other one that we can look at? You may spend 2 health to add an additional die to your attack roll. Add 5 damage if you fill your axe. Oh, I should have saved the axe because if I had looked at that one. That might be a good one to get. I would need 5 monsters for that. Ooh, I would need 5, but Shadow would be a great one to have if I can get 5 monsters, because that allows me to conceal and do 2 damage with my dagger. Because right now we have our dagger and warhammer. Now I could have sold, I guess, my elven bow and torch. But if this breaks, we're in trouble. But we have our 2 weapons right now, and off we go. What should we do here? We'll pull this one out. Uh-oh, we have a labyrinth. Surely you're cunning, so we can discard a ration, of which we have 1, or we can lose 3 health. Lose 3 health, or we can take the second one below it. Well, let's go for the second one. It's an ambush. So they're going to get +2, +4, +6. Okay, so, oh, it's an ambush. Oh, damn it. And they do the initial damage. Draw an enemy card, damage. Draw level to the initial. Oh, draw an enemy card and add the dungeon level to their initial damage. Add the dungeon level +4 to their health. So we're going to really get smacked here if it's a big enemy and has a big... So we're going to add +2, and it's a flying snake. He's going to get 3, 7, 9 life. Jeez, this is going to be tough. 9. And he's going to do the initial damage. And he gets +2, +1, and plus whatever the dice rolls. And you gain a poison with the initial damage. So now we have a poison token. Thank you. We have 2. We're going to take 5 damage. 2, which is going to get mitigated. So we're going to take 3 damage. Thank you for our scale armor. I don't think we can lose it. Okay, so our scale armor is there. It is our turn. Whew. He's not an undead army. I could have switched to my bow maybe. We are now going to... I guess we're going to have to roll... Oh man. 1, 2... If I roll 3 dice... Oh, I can try to parry. That's true. I can try to parry. So before I lose my... 3... if I roll a 5 or 6, I don't take any damage. A 2, so I fail. I still take damage. Okay, so I'm going to have to spend my energy. It's getting a little late here in the day. And he doesn't have any, he doesn't have any, and I can add +2. Well, you know what? I'm going to take a risk here. Take one of my energies back. Roll 2 dice. So I'm going to need... I have +2 here because of my dual wield, because I have my Warhammer. So let's just pray that we get a 7 or more. A 4. 5, 6. He takes it down to 3. 1, 2, 3. That really, really sucks. So he's going to go at it again. Of course, he's going to get 2 +1 this time. And this is only the initial damage, so it's full damage this time. So it's 1. I take 2. Not a problem. I could ping him for 1. I will use 1. I basically need a 1 or more to kill him because I have dual wield. 1 + 2 is 3. He is dead. My flying snake goes over to here. I absolutely get no loot for him. He doesn't even drop a bloody gold. I'm running out of life, and I'm running out of energy, which is really a problem. So we're going to probably have to start looking for a camp so I can get back some energy. 1, 2. Aha, campsite. We can cook, spend 1 ration to gain 3 energy. We can search for 1 ration, or rest, spend 1 ration to gain 2 health and lose a poison. Well, spend 1 to gain 3 energy. Search. We're going to have to do that. I think we're going to have to spend this ration to get 3 energy. 1, 2, 3. But if we can get 2 more monsters, maybe, we might have some good luck here. Okay. We have no rations left, which could be a problem. I'll take this one. Oh, it's another ambush. Well, I'm going to ignore their initial damage. So we're going to take an enemy. Whatever it is, it's going to be plus... It's a zombie. I only need 2. He doesn't do any damage other than when he rolls the dice. So we're just going to roll a dice. We're going to get at least 1, but we have our dual wield. You may equip a dial prior to your offhand. +2 on your attack rolls, so really, I can't lose. Up 6, he's dead. So this is our 4th monster. We do get a loot, though. Let's hope that we can get a ration, maybe, in our loot. Ha! We get a sword. Die results of a 6 deal extra damage. Actually, that's good. So what we're going to do is we're going to equip our sword. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We are going to have to drop something. I think we'll drop the bow onto the floor, and the bow is now lost to us, and we'll just put that at the bottom of the deck. But we get a +1 on our dull royal is 6, deal an extra point of damage. Die results of 6, deal an extra point of damage. So I don't know if I roll 3 dice and get the 6, would I get lots of damage? I guess so. And we have our +2, and we can sail. So we're in good shape. We just need one more. Mind you, with Shadow, we can't use our scale armor, so we might rethink what we're doing. Whoops. That is, oh, it's an altar. Gain a blessing. Discard D6 minus D6 worth of poison. Well, we'll take another blessing. A blessing on your head, muzzle tough, muzzle tough. We have a poison, but as long as our poison, as long as we don't get down to 1 life, we should be fine. 1, 2, here we go. Oh, a skirmish. Well, I certainly want to do a skirmish. We're going to do an enemy +2, dungeon level +2. So we have +2, +2 is 4. There is a 7. And what's worse is we get another poison token. So, wow. Well, we can roll 2 dice, which is 2 energy. So I know I'm going to get +2. And if I roll 6s, at least 1 6 will be okay. I could, if I rolled 1 dice, I'd have to roll a 5 or 6. Wow. But if I only have 6 life left, and that would be the end of the game. So, wow. I'm going to have to spend the 2 energy. So there's 7. I've killed him. I have my 5 now, which is good. And I don't get any loot for him. Here's a wyvern with a big old kick-ass wyvern. Unfortunately, I don't know what's on the other side of this card. Though I do get 5, so I could find a skill. Let's see if we can find a skill that really works for us here. I like Shadow, but the problem with Shadow is that I lose that for initial damage, so I can't have that. No, gain 2 potions. I could look at alchemy and try to get a couple of potions to help. I don't have a shield. Herbalism, no. Divinity. So my choice is either go with alchemy and I could get 2 potions right away. That might be helpful at this point. So I'm going to go with an alchemy skill to go along with my dual wield and other skill. That costs me all 5 of my monsters. I can drain 2 potions though. 1 and 2. So we have a ice shard. You may discard this card to deal 2 dice damage, +5 for foes weak to ice. So we've got a couple of potions. We got an ice potion and a spark bond. One will give me +5 to you may discard this card to deal 2 6+ damage, +5 damage to foes with weak versus fire. So +2 though. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh boy. Well, you know what? Let's get rid of the Warhammer. We have to make a tough decision. It is a loot card. We're going to put it at the bottom. Tough decision here. And we will go on to the next cards. And now whenever you draw a new potion card, you may draw 1 extra potion, pick 1 to keep. Well, that's nice to know. So we've got some alchemy. Hopefully we can get some more potions. Maybe get something that will heal us. We'll take 1 of these cards off the top, and it is a arrow trap. Wow, we have 6, and take a 3 poison, or I'm going to go with the next one under it. It is a skirmish. So he's going to get +4 plus the levels, +6 to his life, whatever that is. So here we are. We have a zombie. So he is an 8 life zombie. Fortunately, they don't hit much other than for the difference. So, yeah. So he's going to go first. We can hope that he rolls doubles. If he can. No, he does 4 damage. Now, it's his initial damage, so I'm going to take 2 damage. So I'm only going to roll 1 dice. That's all I need. 1 energy, 1 dice. We're going to roll it. 2, that's good. We've killed the zombie because I have the dagger. And we can take a single loot. Aha! Cookbook. Gain 1 extra when you eat a ration at a campsite. The problem is, of course, that it's 1. And do I want to drop the torch? Okay, we'll drop the torch. We're having to make some... Oh, no, I can carry that because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're good when we've killed the zombie. Coming up. Okay, we'll come up to the next 2. Oh, it's an ambush. Okay, well, you know how I feel about ambushes. We're going to be able to ignore the initial damage. And it's a gelatinous mass. Oh my god. Your hand weapon is lost if you roll more than 2 1s during an attack. The good news is that I get to attack him first. I could try to parry. No, it's not parry. So I'm going to get +2. And he's weak to frost. Now I could use my potion, but man, that's really early to use a potion. But I'm down. So you know what? We're going to toss this potion at him. These ice potion. To do 2d6 and then +5 if he's foe. So I can do 2d6 +5. So basically, even if I roll 2 1s, I'm going to kill him. But yes, I do. He goes off. I didn't lose I didn't get 2 1s. I get 2. It is a 2 potion, 2 loot. It is a level 2 loot. And a level 2 loot allows me to take off the loot, and we have a ring. Once per dungeon level, you may avoid an ambush. And it's 1. So we are at 11, and we can take a potion, which will take us to... You may discard the 4 health. We're just going to do that right off the bat. And we're going to take our 4 health. 1, glub, 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 2, 3, and 4. Lucky us. We are at our last 2. What are we going to upturn? We didn't see a clearing, so we didn't see a plot card. Let's go and we're still at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anyway, let's turn this card over. Oh, it's a merchant. Okay, what does it say? Buy, draw loot and potion based on the level dungeon you are to form the shop. We could sell some stuff too if we had it. Well, we can draw 2 loot. We have a sword, dagger, which we already have. We have a lamp. I can't afford it. I only have 2 and a potion. But I can. You may discard this card to remove 3 poison. Perfect. So we're going to buy this for 1. We'll keep it for now. Actually, I think we have to use it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, we're good. 11. We'll put our loot back at the bottom of the deck. And we may be able to get rid of this poison. Wow. And that is it. We did not get a clearing. Now, one of the big things, of course, is that I don't have a ration. So I'm going to take 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. No matter what I do, I'm going to take 3 damage. We're going to push up a level. Makes it even harder for us. And we're going to take a plot card. This is the wolf. The wolf says basically that I see a starving wolf and I can lose a ration and 2 health and I can move up on the morality track because I help him, or I just walk away, and I'm going to walk away because I have no health to help him with. And that gives us 2. So we're 8 out of 10. So I've put the boss here. We've got 2 blessings that we can use. We have 3 energy left, which really sucks, 4 life, and a single gold. If I lose 3 life at one point, I'm going to have to use this card. So let's really hope that we do okay. So as a dungeon crawler so far, this is pretty slick, really. Okay, we have the first 2 cards. That's and maybe what we'll do is use our torch that allow us to reveal both rooms and choose one to resolve. So we'll get rid of that into our trappings deck. We are now going to pull 2 rooms out and show, okay, we have an ambush or a skirmish. Well, we're going to have to take the ambush because the other way it would kill me. So he doesn't get his initial damage. We're going to pull an enemy. It's a level 3 enemy. Fortunately, it's only a skinling with a level with 2 health. So, well, if I use this energy, I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to ping him, and I'm going to take a chance that he doesn't kill me because I have a parry. So I'm going to ping him for 1. So he's down to 2 life. 1 life. The problem is, of course, that he rolls the dice. If he rolls high, I could try. I'm going to try to parry. He rolled a 4. I'm going to try to parry. I rolled a 2, which is a failure. I'm going to have to use my potion to get rid of the poison because I'm going to have to take 2 damage, or 4 damage, I should say, from the 6 minus the 4, or 3 damage, which takes us to 2 life. If I had the 2 poison, I'd be dead. I'm going to ping him 1 more. He is now gone. But we are in dire straits here. Oh, did I use this way? Okay, I could have used my ring here. Oh well, maybe next time. Oh, I didn't use my parry ability. Did I use my parry ability? 4. I still fail. Doesn't matter. We are down to the next 2. What does this say? Once per day you may avoid an ambush. What's this say? Gain 1 energy when you eat. Okay, 1, 2. It is a skirmish. Ow. I'm going to take a chance and look at the next one, which is a mushroom grove. Oh, I gained 2 rations. Yes. Well, that's certainly good news. If I ever get to a clearing. Okay. We're going to take 2 more. Take this one. Ah, the campsite. Well, I'm going to use one of my rations to gain 2 health. Wow, this game is stingy on health. Okay. Let's go. 1, 2. We'll turn this one over, and it is an ambush. Once per dungeon. You know what? Done. I'm going to avoid the ambush. So we've done that once per dungeon. So we're going to tap it so we know that we've used it this dungeon level. We're going to move 2. And we have, oh, a treasure. Gain a gold. Okay. We're going through this very, very quickly. 1, 2. Let's turn over this guy. Oh, it's an ambush. We've already used that. I guess we're going to be fighting. Okay, let's fight. Ooh, a lizard man. 6 plus 3 is 9, and he is good against cold. And I don't have a special bomb for 9, and he does 2 damage. 7, 8, 9. And he does 2 damage plus his dice roll. And but it is an ambush. So that means that I can go first because it was on the first level. Oh my. I have 2 energy left, 3 energy left. I'm going to have to use 2 energy in hope because I have a +2 on the dagger. And die rolls are 6s, so let's just hope. I could do it on a 7. Do it on a 7. 8, we did it. Wow. And he is a 1, so we can take a loot. It is a axe. Oh, you may discard this card to deal 3/6 damage to 9. Oh my gosh. But he weighs 2. Oh well, I think what we're going to do is we're going to take our axe and let's see what we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're actually right on. So we can have that axe right now. Wow. We did it. And we have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can probably pick up another skill. Wow, we're almost down to the last 2. Okay, let's do this one. Oh, it's an altar. We can pick up another blessing. There we go. We have 3 blessings now. A blessing on our head, muzzle tov, muzzle tov. We'll turn over the card and see where we go. Maybe it's a clearing. It is the clearing. Okay, so we will pull up a plot card. And the plot card says, The Prisoner. You find yourself at the threshold of a small prison room, and an orc guard is fast asleep at the table where a couple of gold coins rest. The sole prisoner spots you and silently points to the keys on the table. I can free the prisoner and lose 1 energy, or I can move down 1 and gain on the morality track and gain 2. Well, dude, yeah. Well, there's a plot card there for you. I'm gaining my 2 gold and running. Sorry, prisoner. Don't do the crime. Don't do the time if you can't do the crime. Oh, there it is, the plot cards. Now we do have 10 eyes. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we do have 3. I could do a skill up in my own in brawn here if I have something decent. I could go berserk, spend 2 health to add an additional die to your attack roll, add 5 damage if you throw your axe, and roll 5. So I'm going to spend 3 to grab that. It's a Hail Mary move because depending on the boss that I get. So those are the skills. Next, we're going to have to figure out what boss. And so this has to do with weaknesses. So we have all our enemy cards that we have defeated. Where did I put them? Right here. So let's just see what we have here. We have fire, undead, fire, cold, undead, cold, oops, fire, cold, fire, undead, cold. So let's just see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So whoever the cold guy is, we're going to face him. So who is the cold? So it's not the leash. Oh, it is, of course, the lurker. So we have the lurker who has 22 attacks from the lurker. Ignore offensive bonuses gained from shields or bucklers. We don't have a shield for buckler, but he is going to smack us first. So we have our parry, so we might survive it. We only have 5 life left and 1 energy, and we have these bonuses. So we get 1 life. We do 1 damage to our lurker, who is now down to 20. We'll take his 8 to 10 and 10, wherever that is. So, because we've dealt the damage to him, we get a green. So that means that we are going to Means we're going to take a life and a energy. So we're going to get an energy and a life token. So we're down to 6. The first, but we have to survive the initial fight. Da, 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 da. So here we go. This is the initial fight. So he gets 2 dice plus 5. So business initial, I'm going to get at least -2 with the ability to perhaps deal with it. I think we're going to have to put our axe before we go into battle here, our ice back, which is good because he has a frost. So it says when you discard this card, when spending this energy, +3 to the sum of the attack dice for determining weakness to frost. So at least that gives us a +3. And then we have this nice berserk card. But we have to survive with at least 2 health. So it is possible that he could, under the right conditions, do a lot of damage to me. So he's rolled a 3 plus 5 is 8. So the best I can do is take away 6 damage. So the only thing that is going to save my life here is the fact that I roll a 5 or 6. Oh, yes! So I take no damage due to the parry card. Now we are going to go berserk. So I'm going to spend my 2 health, which will add additional dice. So I have my last two ones. So I'm going to roll 3 dice. Because I'm going to add 5 if you throw your axe. So we're going to throw my axe. That's going to give me +5, +3. So it's +8. And we have our dagger that will add we can re-roll die results of 6 daggers used as a primary weapon. It's not the primary weapon. So we have a plus. Oh, we were dual wielding, so we get the +2. So it looks like we have +10. All we have to do is get 10. That's it. 10. This is it, folks. All the money for our lurker. Looks like a beholder if we're looking at D&D. 10. Ah! Ah! This is discarded into our loot box because we threw it. We went berserk, but it didn't help us. We have done 6 + 8 is 14 damage. He's down to 6. But I have nothing left. My energy is tapped. I'm laying on the ground going, I'm breathing hard. I can't even use this special dice. Oh, I could. Oh, and I could. Oh, so one thing I can do is I could add this spark bomb first. So I can roll 2d6. +5 is weak for fire. I read that wrong. So I'm going to throw the spark bomb. I'm laying on the ground. I'm laying on the ground. The last-ditch effort against the lurker. I pull out of my belt the spark bomb. I toss it at the lurker. I need 6. Boom! Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Bang! The lurker dies! Ah! Again, leaving me no gold, of course. But he dies. This guy goes back to the loot pile because the potion pile because he's used up. We now can pick up a loot and a potion. We've got a field guide, a potion, which is worth a gold, and a field guide, 1, 2. Gain additional reaction whenever you enter the mushroom grove. Well, that doesn't help us. So we now can figure out our points. So let's talk about our points. 1 point for each health and energy token you have left. We have 1, 2, 3. Well, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5. 5. 3 points for each gold. So that's 5 plus 12 is 17. 2 for each enemy defeated. Oh my gosh. There we are. Right, and it was 5, 4, 5 cold, 4, 12. Okay, so we have 12 as well. 12 added to that. So we've had 12 plus 12 is 24 plus the 6 for the energy is 28. Points equal to the cost of the volumes of your loot left. So let's just see here. What do we have? We have 2, 7, 9, and we're at 28, right? 9 times is 12, 13, 14, 15, 19. We did very well. So 19, so that's 24, 43. Points equal to the dungeon level which you won the game multiplied by 2. So 6 is 40. So, what did I say? 43, 49. Points equal to your position on the morality track plus 2. Oh, minus 2, I should say. So, 42. Croft. You retire to the sturdy room with access of rolling hills and barns stocked with animals and live in farmhand. Right there. So, we did pretty good. 42 for our first playthrough here. That was fun. What a decent game. Let's have some final thoughts. With the backdrop, I have played Iron Helm, and we've got lots of expansions to look at eventually, so, keeping that in mind. However, so let's talk about Iron Helm for a bit. First of all, the rules. Rules were easy. Not the best rules, though, but adequate. I felt a bit disjointed because they have a separate appendix, which really is just... Oh, we missed some rules, and so we're going to give you it in an appendix. So they did miss some rules, obviously, which they caught, which is fine. I mean, it's a great game crafter game. I think it could be forgiven. It's illustrated by John Glover and Daniel E. Waltall, and designed by John Glover, as I've said, and Game Crafter published this. The rules were easy, very easy to set up. 5, 5, 5, 5. It's a 5, 5, 5 game. 5 minutes to set up, 5 minutes to learn, 5 minutes to tear down. I just have to sort them through and put them in. I've organized it, as you can see over here. So again, that's excellent in terms of what I'm looking for in a game. I'm always looking for theme. I love dungeon crawlers, tiny epic dungeons, bag of dungeons, Dungeons of Infinity, which is a little bigger than this, but I like these small box games that can be set up in a very small space. And I'm playing on maybe an 18 by 18 space. I've got a bigger table, but I've focused down a little bit here so you can see what I was doing. So as far as theme goes, it's a good theme. Rules are good, not great, but they're good. They're adequate, right? They get you started, and most of the rules are there. You have to search a little bit. Not polished like you'd see in a big publisher, but my expectation was that I didn't know what I expected, so I'm nicely surprised that the rules were broad enough to learn in 5 minutes. This is replayability. I mean, you never know what monsters you're going to get. You don't know what skills. I played with this. Everybody always played with the other one. This Melechon turned out to be a really good guy for us. He had some. We got really lucky with some of the things that he was carrying. Got really lucky at the end that I was able to toss that spark bomb at the very end. He threw his axe. He pushed his dagger in. He's laying on the ground, suffering. He's all beat up. He's cut up, and he's just throws a spark bomb. The dragon, the lurker goes Wah! And dies into a fiery pit of Greek fire. I'm making that up. So that is really good. I think this game, in terms of replayability, lots of it, whether you just stick with the base game or you buy all the little decks that are fairly inexpensive, that's to be seen. So really, really good. In terms of solo ability, yeah. It gets high marks for that. It's very soloable, solo friendly, small space, easy to set up. You could play on can't play on an airplane, but you could play in a hotel room on a small, desk if you had to. So that's really good. And I always look for those types of games because my wife and I like to travel. In terms of value, now this price was a little expensive. I think it felt a little expensive in terms of the overall money that was spent on this with the expansions and stuff. So the value will be to see how many times I play it and whether I travel with it, and whether it's a game that's going to have staying power. And I think it will, because I do like solo games, and most of my current collection is starting to revolve around solo games. Now I did steer off a little bit into a couple of card games now, Vampire the Eternal Struggle and Flesh and Blood. Not Magic, sorry folks. But that is all I can say about the game. So I definitely give this 2 thumbs up. I would certainly say on the complexity rating, if it was BGG, now I haven't looked at BGG, I'd certainly say it's a 2, 1.75 to a 2 in terms of solo. It is a push your luck game a little bit, because you have to decide whether do you want the top or do you want the bottom, or take a chance on what that second card is. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But that does add a little tension to the game, which makes it fun, a little bit more fun, because do I do this ambush and then potentially risk another ambush? But if the ambush card is gone, you're not going to get ambushed, but I haven't seen that clearing card, or I haven't seen that altar card. So there's that, you can weigh that aspect. So the more you get familiar with the cards that are in the dungeon deck, I think it gets easier to sort of count that. There's lots of loot. I haven't seen all the loot. Apparently I was fine with loot. So it was all good. Anyway, I'm going to finish off here now. I have to thank you very much for joining me at my table. It's greatly appreciated. If you like what you see, please subscribe. I know this is an older game, but remember, it's new to me, and this was recommended to me, and that's why we're doing a run-through with it. So I hope you enjoyed it. And back to that subscribe notion, like notion, hit the bell notion, make comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts if you've played this, or just general what your thoughts are in these sort of small box solo games only. Tell me what your favorite game is. So anyway, it's all good. Thanks very much for joining me. We're out of here. And remember to watch my other videos. And remember, we are opening a tabletop cafe. Tabletop cafe is going to be called Tabletop Games and Eats. And that is on the bottom floor. On the top floor is going to be Tabletop Games and Collectibles. I will be managing that. I am hoping to build out a better studio to do bigger games, and better quality games. Or better quality videos, as the case. As you can see, there's a little bit of flashing up there due to lighting and my backdrop, and it's just not good. But anyway, that's it. I'm out of here. See you, folks.